Welcome back to Access Anime. I'm Henshin Ikeda, and today I'll be doing a walkthrough and review of Naruto Shippuden, episode 285. Now, if you remember from the last episode, the enemy is now using guerrilla warfare tactics on the allied forces. We also get to see Kakashi, Lee, and Sai. Now, the cool thing is we get to see Sai and a little more of his background with the Foundation, and we get to see him use the sealing jutsu technique with the tiger that comes out of his scroll, so that was well worth watching that episode. But let's dive right into this episode walkthrough and review. I'll keep my comment and my general rating at the end of the clip, so stay tuned. But let's dive right in. Now, we open up this episode in the village hidden by the sand, so it's a little different because we're not leaving where we left off last episode. This is something totally different. We see the Kazi cage, which was the fourth Kazi cage, thanking Bakuro. Now, Bakuro again is the hero of the village hidden by the sand at that time, so that was kind of interesting. And we also see apparently her disciple. She picks up a new training partner called Maki, and she asks, basically Maki asks Bakura to train her. And the reason why she's asking her to be trained is because she wants to basically avenge her father, which is dead. And apparently her father was slain by the hidden mist, so that's kind of interesting. Now we also see Bakuro dies in this little flashback, and again it was by a secret mission apparently for the hidden stone village, but that's really not what the secret mission was about. She supposedly was on an envoy to, we don't know what the envoy was for, but it was to the hidden mist. So the hidden mist was actually the group that killed her, so that there's a little frustration there on the hidden mist versus the hidden stone. So I guess her Kazi cage, the fourth Kazi cage, made something up, or whoever was in charge at that time, to hide what really happened. So she was kind of like a martyr per se. Now we're also taken back to present time in the anime, where we see Maki all grown up. She looks a little different. She's got new markings on her face. She's with the allied forces, and right now we have Captain Magu. I hope I pronounced his name wrong. I hope I pronounced his name correct. His name is Captain Mongo, M-O-N-G-A, and I guess he's trying to take care of these guerrilla tactics right now since they're being attacked from all over, and they are the backup group, and he's in charge. Now we don't know a lot about him, but suffice to say he dies in this episode, so we don't really need to know a lot about him. Anyways, we see Maki with the allied forces, and we see the 7 ninja swordsmen of the mist. And out of all of those 7 ninja swordsmen of the mist, we see Fujuki Sakuzan. Just a little brief part, because we see him with, I guess he's fighting against Zaji and Oma. And there's just a small little cutscene where we see them fighting, so that's pretty much going nowhere. Now, again, Maki and her group, they're trying to protect the Sealing Corps as well as the medical teams. That's their general job. They're reserved. They're not the front lines, they're reserved. So they're just basically in the back. Now we see Gaara of the explosion style pop out of nowhere, and he does a surprise attack, killing Mongo. So he dies automatically within the first start of the episode, so that was kind of interesting. Now, I thought there was going to be more of a battle scene. You know, he did a cool setup with his style, but it didn't do any good. He put his walls up, one wall goes up, another wall goes up, then his first wall he puts a hidden technique inside of it, and by the time the second wall's already up, he just pushes against it and knocks out Gaara, or Gaira. I'm gonna call him Gaira because it makes more sense, because we already got a Gaara in this series, but Gaira was like pushed back and it looked like he was dead, but remember, he's a reanimated shinobi, so unless you seal him up, he's not going anywhere. He's just gonna, come back to life. Now that's where we see Bakura, which was Maki's teacher. Now Bakura's dead, so now she's reanimated, and it was kind of interesting because I love her hairstyle. It's just unique. You don't see like a hairstyle like that. And you do a flashback, I guess. The Kazekage ordering her to go to become an envoy for the Hidden Mist Village, and how she was taken out. So she's actually right now in front of Maki, and they're doing a self-explanation, I guess, of how she actually died. This is her she's conscious right now. She's not being taken over by someone else. She's conscious when she's saying this. And again, Bakura's telling Maki about what actually happened, how she was a martyr. She was no hero. It was a setup. It was a massacre. She was surprised by someone from the hidden village, the Hidden Mist Village, and not the Stone Village, which is what we were told. So setup. So that's why she's kind of pissed and why she's the way she is right now. So she's going at Maki in the group, and it just went crazy. If it wasn't for Zaji and Omo just jumping in, because we do another flashback of them, it looks like they took out one of the 7 ninja swordsmen of the mist, which was Fujuki Sakuzan. It looks like there was an explosion around him and he's dead, but we really don't know. We don't see him in the picture anymore, so it looks like they defeated him. If it wasn't for those 2 guys jumping in right now, Maki and the group probably would have died. So it was nice to see them. I guess I am an Oma fan just a little bit. I love his techniques, but they don't really have a full role in this episode. They came in, saved the day, and you slowly see them run away with the group. Now, again, Pakura is fighting them, and Gara, that guy he has the explosion style, he is down for the count, and his body's all brutally cut back. So we thought we weren't going to see him at all through this episode after that, but he also comes back. Now, after Zaji and Oma, I guess, kind of put Bakura in her place, we find out one of the members of Maki's group, her name's Ruki. She's from the Mist, and that kind of frustrates Bakura just a little bit. And again, now they're just running back and forth trying to nail Bakura, because it's how it is. They're not strong enough to take Bakura head on, and before you know it, they come up with a small plan and they attack Bakura head on, and it looks like they have her, and then Gaera pops out of nowhere and saves Bakura's butt. And that's kind of ruined it for me. I don't know about you, but that definitely ruined it for me. I was hoping for a more confrontation, student versus teacher. No, it doesn't happen. But anyways, again, Gaera pops out of nowhere, saves Bakura, so she's re-energizing her hand. It's going back, because again, remember, she is a reanimated shinobi, so she can't die that way. She has to be sealed first. Now, she's seeing everything comes to light, how her student has now grown, and Maki's trying to try to get in Bakura's head, trying to say, you were my hero, don't wreck that. Trying to convince her to come back to the light, I guess. And that somehow awakens Bakura. She's now more conscious than she was before, and she's taking control of her body. And Gaera's like, okay, let's take these guys head on. Before he can take them on, Bakura lights up these little balls of fire around him. He's like, no, you guys run. And again, Zaji and Oma and the whole group that's still alive, they're gone. They actually take the time to leave. And then we find out Gaera tells Bakura he always wanted a fighter. He had that little moment before they were taken over again, they lose consciousness, and we were left off with them, because she got to see her student grow up, and she finally did the right thing. So it wasn't really much of a battle, so I felt ripped off yet again. And that was generally the end of them. Their bodies are no longer in control. They're no longer in control of their bodies, and you see their eyes hollow out, and it looks like they're going to go after Oma, Zaji, Rikua, and Maki. So that's where we're at. And there's a communicator with them as well, a guy with little communications, and he's trying to get in touch with other groups. Again, remember, throughout this whole time, the Allied forces is dealing with guerrilla warfare, so they're all scattered across the board. You don't know who's got a communicator, who's alive, who's dead. So it's kind of a what-if scenario right now. And again, you have Gaera and Bakura now unconscious yet again, and they're going after the group. But that's where the cutscene went off, and now you see Zaji, Oma, Maki, everyone else, they're, I guess, in the forest more, and they're trying to come up with the next plan. And you see Bakura slowly slip away, so she looks like she's praying, and the group's wondering where she was at, and that was the end of the episode. So final thoughts right now. What's Maki gonna do next? Is Bakura and Gaera actually going to go after them unconsciously, or are they going to do a different mission, take someone else out? We don't know. Also, where is Naruto right now? They keep pushing it off. It's like 2 episodes now of where is Naruto. Now, at the end of this, the preview for the next episode, it looks like we're doing another flashback. It deals with Lady Sanada and Naruto, and I think either Lady Sanada's brother or her lover, one of the two. I believe it's her lover. She's going to be dealing with the reanimation of him. So that's probably where we're at right now. So another final thought I'll just throw in there. Lady Tsunade, how is she going to deal with seeing her lover or brother, one of the two, reanimated? That's going to psychologically screw her over. But I can't wait to see it though. Just putting it out there. Also, I want to see those 6 reanimated shinobi that have the Rinnegan in one eye, and the Sharingan in the next, and the evolved form of the Sharingan, and the Junkrais that are inside of them. I mean, 2 episodes ago, they left us hanging at the end of that episode. It was all a nice build-up, and they took it from us. I want to see it. But again, that ends it for my final thoughts. As for my rating, I felt ripped off, so I'm giving this a 3.5 out of 5. I mean, there was a couple good battle scenes, but they weren't drawn out. They were cheap. We saw someone die, 2 more guys die. That was, to be expected. But just it was missing that fire, so 3.5 out of 5. Now, definitely stay tuned. I'll be doing another walkthrough and review later on today or in the morning. I do have one more I'm doing today, so definitely stay tuned. But that ends it for my walkthrough and review of Naruto Shippuden episode 285. Before I go, I have to say it. I don't want to leave you guys hanging, but if I don't say it, I'm not going to feel right. You can't stop the access, but you can watch the feed. I'll see you later, guys.